Abusia Kennedy a compare kwa Agyapong or share NPP defeat nechi. Ninyina ne se Atik Muhammad make analysis bi efa Kwame A+ nsensem a ode aba beto abontin artist wo chirimu a encha ye kra after say A+ win elections no oba abontin e de betu dwa se Kennedy a compare kwa Agyapong edu baabi no man information about NPP nyoma bia na omokwa akoye no Ogumua Central sika bia na akoho no ma e ma ne ho da no ho so a okokoye nyoma bi e de counter na no nenei osaso chiremu se Kennedy a compare kwa Agyapong afre no for offer nsensem ne ade no e na Atik Muhammad make statement bi se Kennedy a compare kwa Agyapong ono e na hye NPP defeat na se ana esanse e bia na wode nyoma bi e kwa abonten wa abra party no e ma ne permission.
And any other contestant in the last election, one NPP ticket so must be seen as an opponent by Kennedy Agyapong and whoever is associated with him. What you must hear. But to the extent said there seems to be this unhealthy friendship, not unhealthy, but this unwholesome relationship. To the extent say, no better than say when NPP people were moving into his constituency, or no friend to keep him in the known say, I'm on for Eba. So, and this is the strategy Omodi by Ebi Omodi Sika, whatever it was. So Obia, who is loyal to just one political party and no other interest. I think the people of NPP must begin to question the motives of, if indeed, and let me proceed cautiously. I am taking his word for it. Say Nyoka and that is actually a reflection of the true happiness between the two of them. Not just NPP before, they should be very worried. Say Ngugwa he also played the part.
A+.
No, Kennedy Agyapong. Because AB one friend and can chena AB whatever schemes they had in place. And I'm not saying say, using monetary inducements is right. Maybe it could be anything, but merely inviting him to the understanding say BBC ebe koso ebe kwetia no, I think was acting treasonably against the interests of the NPP. And that's Wasaka. And the General Secretary has come to say, Oma Obia authorization.
Yeah.
So where is this relationship coming from? And what is the interest of Ora Kennedy Agyapong? I'm beginning to feel uneasy about the nature of their relationship. I mean, they can be good friends and all that. But politics is all about interest. He is not he's doing this out of the goodness of his heart. Say, me do NPP Bursunti, I'm going to. Maybe there is some interest or no, it could be that, well, I want the party to say, Mina mitimidi asume sibaye. What is here? It could also be another motive. But when you link that to the earlier confession and our earlier statements are A+, it raises a lot of critical questions. What you must hear. And
especially when there are proposals on the table. Which proposals have no authority from the party top?
And what you here? And the party itself has come to distance itself from the so-called proposals that were tabled.
Yeah.
What was the nature, or what really was the content of the proposal, or what were the contents of the proposals? And who was, you see, any such proposal would have monetary implications.
Yeah.
Who is going to shoulder that responsibility and other financial obligation? Because the party now mount 2 minutes go and negotiate on our behalf. Now make his proposals now. Sika nebe fin yaba. What is here? Yeah. I think, look, Nkugwa MP before Kodi, and I think that the discerning ones in MPP need a lot of time to be able to figure out some of these things. But it's for the discerning ones within the party to sit down and begin to figure out, do the necessary connections. Because I say the common denominator is Akufo-Addo, and I don't mince words about that. He's the foundation of this debacle. He's the foundation of this legendary defeat. He is the beginning and the end. But there are other incidental causes. And you are so too formal, and you want to be discerning now. Who the other incidental causes? What is here? Like they always say, a word to the worth is still in Gambaga. Media. More party man, I'm not a member of the NPP, and I don't wish to ever be. But I'm saying that near two mono, a lot of things went on. And I said and I keep saying, at the center of your defeat, you can pretend all you want, but the vote Ghanaians went to cast was an expression of rejection of Akufo-Addo and his performance. There is no debate about that. Look, Ghana didn't even have time to be assessing the policies of Ora Baumia and whether to. Yet the company before na kotutia NPP for,
which was against Akufo-Addo.
Exactly, it was a verdict on him, and that verdict, unfortunately, had serious implications for the entire party. Anga, I can say, Baumia Kwanti no mkotu abana. Zanga MPs wouldn't fail. Zanga they should have survived. In fact, he garnered more votes than all the MPs put together.
Really?
Oh yes. What is here? It tells you say onukra bon humodin. Votes are the total votes on ya.
Popular vote about me. No, also saying popular vote MPs.
That's the point I'm trying to make. What is here? Yeah. And it tells you say it wasn't anger and a rejection of his candidature. It was Akufo-Addo ne didn't go through something and affection unkwao. Intina it was unprecedented. Even see that in the history of our country, Minka's the Fourth Republic. Even see that. The wave, apart from 92, I am contested. There was no opposition political party that contested. Every other election, political parties participated in the parliamentary election. Where ABC has never, even under Nkrumah, never say Rani one party said. ABC said that. What has here? Where Echra say the performance is abysmal. The anger of Ghanaians was real, and when him Ghana for year and he said, for the like they were tactical about managing their anger.
Yeah.
Oma Ghana for ana MP for who say ye buefu ebuso. Omo nya butrema oh ye defend for ma do 7 December. Hey, beatings pa. We friend political beatings. Ebro and yet you see
annihilation.
Total annihilation. Obiako, you want to say Obiako dibone. Then you as an innocent, you can say member of the family, who chubne ya chuabu, and you been a two Baumene and Crow for you. The sins of Akufo-Addo, and I kept saying this. Look, okay, I said these things. Said the sins of Akufo-Addo will be visited upon him and everybody else who is contesting on the ticket of the NPP. They underrated the magnitude of sins and the magnitude of the implication, anger of Ghanaians. To the extent that they say, Omama MPP, now they can't boast of anywhere called a stronghold. Anywhere NDC, Timu Rim, Domiko Abenya, Obinim Winnie's asset in a MPP for. Now they've gone to take it. Now MPP has been reduced. Look,
and in Domiko Abenya, they bridged a gap of 30,000 plus.
Imagine, this is legacy. But when we come to speak about Sona, this is the legacy you are leaving behind. I wouldn't say a weak parliament, but the parliament, and I pray, I am very confident that Ura John Mahama would have the courage to keep his MPs in range. Otherwise, our democracy is under threat. By the sheer numbers are omwono. And this is part of your legacy. Say, mamo, mintimin kind of fun, but mamo anko yenti. Look at the numbers we're having in parliament. And our very democracy, we are working hard to consolidate, is under threat. Because, with numbers.
With an absolute majority.
Absolute majority. And with an absolute majoritarian parliament, she knew person bear what I said, there is nothing. And my teachings, in the coming days,
it will be interesting.
Instead of them admitting to their failure. Media, I think, sir, this interview, for me, I think it's just much ado
about nothing.
What really is the utility to the conversations here was here in respect of the new parliament here constituting? In any effect, in any case, the truth of the matter is that the NDC really doesn't need anybody. You see, a lot of the time, independents and representatives from third parties become valuable when the numbers are too close. But where they are the gulf between the two parties, is like a hardcore Afghanistan. What is here? On their own, they can survive and they have all the needed numbers. Until whether you
are 1 seat shy of 2/3.
And they will soon get it.
They will get
because
it.
Because all the disagreements are because by the time they are fully resolved, Mijidi say one is likely going to. Let's say Bakwa and Ukraine. I mean, there are 4 independents.
One of them is on record publicly to have said he will.
Yes, I assume not. So really and truly, they don't need any extra hand to survive. And to do the kinds of things they want to do in Parliament. What must say? And I see this as a political advert of some sort, trying to court the attention of the two sides. It's not bad in itself. But when it degenerates into characterizations of people and so on, that's where I have an issue.
Yeah.
Why? Say, me courted the attention of one political party for them to see the value of me as an MP to their cause. There's nothing wrong with that. What you say?
Yes.
But in the process, you say edinioma biba enyedia media say and consistently, I am beginning to get worried. And MP before you should be extremely worried about the confessions in relation to Ora Kinida Agyapong.
Okay.
Oh, look, A+ consistently says Onrodin Hoba Parliament, which is true. Wanjina on the ticket of NPP.
Yes.
And any other contestant in the last election, Wanjina NPP ticket, so must be seen as an opponent by Kinida Agyapong and whoever is associated with him. What you must say.